Hello, my name is Enami and welcome to my channel, My Day is Coming. So just a little bit about me. I am a wife. I am a United States Air Force veteran. I served over 8 years in the United States Air Force, and now I am an attorney. And My Day is Coming is really my name. That's what my name means. My day is coming. It's Nigerian. My father named me that when he moved here to the United States, and he was just trying to acclimate and adjust himself to this new country. And so he thought to himself or said to himself, you know what? My day is coming when I will have arrived or reach whatever the goal he has. And so when my mom had me, that's what he named me. My day is coming. And so I named this channel that as an encouragement to you, that if you are watching this video and you have come across my channel, please know that your day is coming. So what I wanted to share today, along my journey, I've had various transitions from serving in the United States Air Force to separating from the Air Force and becoming a full-time college student to now being an attorney. And I like to share my wisdom and experience from a Christian perspective to help encourage you along your journey. And so one of the key messages that I heard that helped me to make the leap and the jump to transition from the Air Force was, it came from, Matthew chapter 14, starting at verse 28. While I was in that time of praying and contemplating whether I stay in the military or get out, which, anytime you're making a transition, it takes a lot of thought and preparation and really mostly a lot of faith. It's a faith walk. And that's what the Bible tells us, that the just shall live by faith, that we shall walk by faith and not by sight. And so when I was in that place of contemplating what to do, I went to church one Sunday morning, and the pastor came from this particular passage that I'm going to share with you, and that helped me to make a decision. So Matthew 14:28, it says, and Peter answered him, this is Jesus. Jesus had sent the disciples ahead of him, and they were in the boat going to the other side, and the waters and the wind began to pick up, and Jesus began to walk on the water. And at first the disciples were afraid. They presumed Jesus to be a ghost. And so Peter said in verse 28, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. And he said, Jesus, come. And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said to him, O you of little faith, why did you doubt? So there are a number of lessons there. Number one, Peter was very courageous and said, Lord, if that's you, command me to come. And Jesus said one word, come. A lot of us, we're trying to make decisions. Do I leave the job? Do I go back to school? Do I make this transition? Is this God, right? That's really a lot of the questions we have. Is this, Lord, is this you telling me to do this? And so we say, Lord, if it's you, bid me to come, command me to come. And sometimes we're looking for these huge voices or God to give this elaborate speech to convince us that it's him. And sometimes it's one word, come. And on that word, at his word, Peter took him at his word and stepped out of the boat on faith and began to walk on the water by faith. And so, but, right, along the way, it says when Peter saw the wind, he took his eyes off of Jesus and began to look at the surrounding situation. It says he began to sink. But here's the great promise of God in verse 31. It said, when Peter called out and said, Lord, save me, verse 31, it says, immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him. That if we make the decision to step out and to walk by faith, if by chance we begin to look at the surrounding circumstances, we probably, our bank account goes down because we left the full-time job and money's not coming in like it used to. Oh, you're talking about something to shake your faith. When maybe we went to school full time and we found out that we didn't get the scholarship or the money didn't come through. Oh my gosh, how am I going to pay for this semester? Something to shake our faith. But if we make that decision, we need to know that we have the promise of God, that as soon as we call out and say, Lord, save me, that immediately Jesus is there to reach out his hand to catch us. And so when I made that decision back in 2007, after hearing that message, I said, I'm going to take God at his word. I'm going to take a step of faith. I'm going to leave the military and pursue my dream, which was to become an attorney. I started school full time, and I can tell you, God was there with me along the way. I never failed. I never lacked for anything. It was miracle after miracle, provision after provision, until today I am an attorney. And so that is my encouragement to you. Step out of the boat on faith. Let us walk by faith. But by chance, if we begin to doubt, knowing that we have the Savior who is there to reach out his hand and to catch you and I. With that, be encouraged as you are on your journey, be it pursuing your education, or maybe you're thinking about making a transition from your employment. We have a God who is there to immediately reach out his hand to save us.